Hello. Last November, the American people sent a clear message to Washington: cut spending. I came to Washington to do exactly that. Currently, our country borrows about 40 cents of every dollar we spend, and we're leaving the bill to our kids and our grandkids in the 11th District, who've already inherited more than $46,000 each in debt. House Republicans have acknowledged that we must pay back the bills that have been racked up by prior Congresses, and we've brought multiple proposals to the table to pay for this overspending. We must get ourselves on a path towards fiscal solvency because our spending is out of control. We have the same tax rates, the same two wars, the same prescription drug benefit, and the same tax loopholes in 2007, but the deficit then was $161 billion. This year it's $1.5 trillion. We can no longer continue to kick the can down the road. Where the president fails to lead, the House of Representatives will continue to take action. Over the course of 7 months, we've changed the conversation in Washington from where to spend to where to cut and how much. And today, many of my colleagues and I in the House voted to reverse the failed trajectory. The House Republican Budget Control Act upholds the promises made. It cuts more spending than the increase in the debt limit, and it does not raise any taxes. This plan cuts and caps spending by $917 billion over 10 years and would prevent a national default which threatens our economic growth as well as the national security of our country. The legislation forces Washington to maintain a strong focus on cutting spending and requires a plan by December that eliminates $1.8 trillion more. Upon passage, this plan would mark the deepest spending cuts since World War II. This represents another major step towards getting our spending under control. According to the House Budget Committee, the Budget Control Act includes about 2/3 of the discretionary spending cuts in the 2012 House-passed budget. This plan is far from perfect. There's a lot of changes that House Republicans would have liked to have made. However, the House only controls one stem of the legislative branch, and now it's time for Majority Leader Harry Reid, the Senate Democrats, and the President to come to the table and work with us to pass a real solution, not one filled with accounting gimmicks. Leading organizations such as the American Conservative Union, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and the National Federation of Independent Businesses all agree that this is the only serious proposal offered to remove barriers to job growth and refuel our economy. My colleagues and I have made it clear that Washington's spending spree is over. American families are tightening their belts, and I'm determined to make sure that Washington does too. Thank you for listening.